If in 2020 you had put $100 into crypto and $100 into the stock market, today you'd have completely different results. One of those paths could have multiplied your money more than 15 times, while the other barely doubled your investment. The question is clear. In 2025, with everything happening in the world, what makes more sense, crypto or stocks? Bitcoin. In January 2020, Bitcoin was around $7,200. By the end of that same year, it had already climbed close to $29,000. At that moment, many thought it was insane. How could something that cost just cents a decade earlier now be worth almost $30,000? Fast forward to 2025. Today, Bitcoin trades around $110,000, even touching all-time highs of $116,000 this year. Ethereum. Ethereum also lived an impressive story. In 2020, one ETH cost about $200. Today it's over $3,500. With $100 in Ethereum, you'd now have almost $1,750. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. And if we talk about extreme bets, Dogecoin, which in 2020 was worth fractions of a cent, multiplied more than 100 times at certain points. $100 invested in Dogecoin at its lowest could have turned into tens of thousands of dollars in 2021. Of course, not everyone bought at the bottom or sold at the peak, but the possibility was there. The other side of the coin, but be careful, the story isn't that simple. Those who bought in 2021, when Bitcoin hit $69,000, saw it crash down to $16,000 in 2022. That's a drop of more than 70%. Many who entered with high hopes walked away with huge losses. That's the essence of crypto. High reward, high risk. Now let's look at the other side, the stock market. The more traditional ground, regulated and backed. In 2025, the S&P 500 sits near 6,500 points, reaching record highs this very year. Practical example, if you put $100 into an S&P 500 index fund in 2020, today you'd have around $160 to $170. Not spectacular compared to crypto, but steady growth. Highlighted stocks. Tesla, in 2020 it was around $130 per share, split adjusted. In 2025 it's above $250. Your $100 would have grown to almost $200. Apple. In 2020 it was around $70, split adjusted. Today it's over $210. Your investment would have tripled. Microsoft. In 2020 about $160. Today around $410, more than double. Advantages of the stock market regulation and institutional backing. Dividends from some companies. Historically, it always recovers long term. Less volatility. You won't see 70% crashes in just a few months like in crypto. Risks slower growth. Global economic crises can hit hard. Inflation can eat away at returns. Crypto in 2025. Growing institutional adoption thanks to Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. Clear regulations in the US and Europe. Expansion of Web3. More mature NFTs. Smart contracts already in use in banking. But volatility remains. Bitcoin can swing 20% in a single month. Stock market in 2025, driven by artificial intelligence, renewable energy and cloud growth. Analysts project the S&P 500 in the 7,500 to 9,000 range by 2026. More security for conservative investors. So what makes more sense in 2025? If you're looking for safety and steady growth, the stock market is still the way. It won't make you a millionaire overnight, but it's unlikely to wipe you out. If you're chasing risk and explosive potential, crypto could be your ticket. You can multiply your money, but you can also lose it in just a few months. Now I want your opinion. If you had $100 today, would you put it in crypto or in the stock market? Drop your answer in the comments. Hit like if this video gave you value and subscribe. Because in the next video I'll show you how to build a smart portfolio that combines the best of both worlds.